The tale of Eli and the stranger. In the land of Kadesh, there lived a farmer named Eli, known for his bountiful fields of wheat and vineyards that stretched as far as the eye could see. Eli was a man of routine and discipline, yet his heart had grown weary from years of toil, and he often found it easier to focus on profit than on people. One day, a voice spoke to him in a dream. Eli, you are a child of the Most High. Be holy as I am holy. Show justice, mercy, and love in all you do. When Eli awoke, the words lingered in his heart, though he did not yet understand their meaning. A lesson in generosity. That morning, as Eli prepared to harvest his fields, a group of workers gathered at his gates. Among them stood a frail widow and a young boy, strangers to him. Master Eli, the widow said, we have traveled far and have no food. May we glean from your fields? Eli hesitated. He was tempted to refuse, but then the dream returned to his mind. He remembered the law of Moses, do not reap to the very edges of your field or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Leave them for the poor and the foreigner. Reluctantly, he nodded. Take what you need from the edges. As the widow and boy gathered, Eli watched them with a softened heart. For the first time in years, he felt the joy of sharing his blessings with others. Justice and fairness. Later that day, Eli went to the marketplace to sell his grain. He noticed a merchant using false weights to cheat customers. Eli had often turned a blind eye to such practices, but the words from his dream stirred within him. Do not use dishonest standards. Be honest in all your dealings. Summoning his courage, Eli confronted the merchant. The Lord sees all, and you dishonor him with your deceit. Use honest weights, for he commands justice in the land. The merchant, shamed by Eli's boldness, corrected his scales, and the people in the marketplace began to murmur in approval. Love for neighbor and stranger. One evening, a traveler from a distant land sought shelter at Eli's home. The man was weary, his clothes torn and dusty. Eli's first instinct was to turn him away, after all, he had his own family to care for. But the dream's voice echoed in his heart. Love your neighbor as yourself. Treat the foreigner residing among you as your native born. Eli invited the traveler inside, offering him bread, water, and a place to rest. As they talked, the traveler shared stories of distant lands and his gratitude for Eli's kindness. Eli realized that in loving others, he was fulfilling the greatest commandment of all, to reflect God's holiness in his actions. The reward of obedience. In the days that followed, Eli found himself transformed. His fields grew even more fruitful, his reputation in the village blossomed, and his heart was at peace. He no longer saw the laws of Moses as burdens, but as a path to righteousness and joy. One night, the voice came to him again in a dream. Eli, you have learned to walk in my ways. Continue to be holy, for I am holy, and your life will be a light to others. From that day forward, Eli became known as a man of justice, kindness, and faithfulness, his life a testimony to the truths found in Leviticus 19.